Hey everyone, I'm back with another software developer profile review. My name's David Roberts. I've been a software developer for 23 years. I've also led and managed technical teams. I've then also been a recruiter and built teams across the globe and interviewed thousands of software developers. I've seen pretty much every mistake you can make, and that's what this initiative is going to be about. I want to show you the mistakes that developers make. So we're going to go through this profile and we're going to look at it from the eyes of a recruiter who's probably not technical, and why they might skip you, why they might decide to reject you, or why they might choose another candidate over you. So without further ado, let's get on with it. By the way, before I start, if you want a profile review, there will be a link down in the description. It's all free and the results are posted on YouTube for you to look at and go through, and hope it brings you lots of value. So today we're talking about Jorge's profile. He's looking for either tech lead or managerial roles related to AI. So this one's going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. So let's start from the top. Now, we already have seen in previous videos, I always say, why waste the space? You could use that space in the banner image to tell me a little bit more about what you want, confirm you're in the right place. But I'll move on quickly. The headline's pretty good. It's quite impressive. You know, data science, computer vision, machine learning, project manager, tech lead. It says what it is. I can't really argue with that. I always have a quick look in the contact thing just because I'm going to come back later. So there's nothing else for me to see here. So I know I can't get anywhere else. I've got to find the information from within here. That's a downfall in itself. So we'll come back to the activity. Now we're going to go down to the about. Now I'm hoping you're going to tell me exactly what you've been doing, or what you can do, what you're passionate about, what sort of area you're interested in, and maybe what's new in the field, and how you're keeping on top of things. So if you read this, my passion is to provide solutions to problems, to using digitalization technologies. Okay, it doesn't really help me. It kind of reminds me of when a front-end developer will, a React developer will say, in their about section, I make components in React for web pages. It's like, you're just saying, I'm a developer. There's no more. So I feel like that could be more hard-hitting. I've been leading teams, great, technological projects for more than 6 years. And I want to show you how I read this, for the improvement of processes and blah, 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 blah. And I just start skipping because the information is dense. I've got to actually read, and I've got lots of profiles to go through. Let's imagine I am that recruiter. I wish I didn't have to click see more to see the real value. I enjoy challenges. I'm still not getting to the value as far as I'm concerned. So here we go. I have participated in R&D projects, regional, national and European level within the... Wow, why is that not like the first line? Participating in projects with international teams. This is all great stuff. Why? This could be the first paragraph. And then we get down to the data analytics. Should look at spelling here, data science, computer vision. So all this stuff, you could almost flip the order of this about section, because as I always say, I'm a recruiter who's going through profiles as quickly as possible. And if I don't see something I like, I'm going to move on to the next one. And you're making me work to get to the value. I've got to read through a couple of paragraphs which tell me almost nothing. It's nice, but and I'm not saying you can't have those things, but if we flip the order to entice me with the real value, then maybe I'll read the rest later. Cool. So don't waste the opportunity. So down to the experience. I know you've got a lot of experience, but volunteer. Association for the Dissemination of AI in Spain and Latin America. This is great. Okay, doing what? And then it's participating in initiatives within the association. I find that a weird line. It's kind of like, I work here. Again, it's back to that front-end developer. I make web components. Well, I'm sure you do. That's your job. But what have you done? There must be so much interesting stuff here. There's so much value hidden behind that one entry. But if we move on to the next one, again, I have to click see more to get through a lot of it. Technical development of data analysis systems from data capture to results and visualization. You're not really unpacking the value here. Now, it's undeniable as you read through. You can see there's so much experience: computer vision engineer, data analyst, all that. You've got tons of experience, and this is the classic of someone who has experience. The thing I see, the more senior the developer, the lazier they get. I'm not calling you lazy. I'm just saying it's a common thing that we just rely on the years of experience. But I think in each of these, we'd be better off having like these bullet pointed systems that even put less bullet points but more hard hitting, more value, and it's just confirming I've done this and I've done this, because there's too much for me to take in here, and I'm thinking I'm not going to read through all of your projects because I'm a recruiter and I've got no time. So I'm just looking for what things have you been using, 2D, 3D applications, all these sorts of things, where the tech is, and just trying to build up an impression of what you've done. But at the minute, the actual details seem to be either buried in lots of text, or they're hard to decipher, hard to pull out. So I think you could put less information and make it more direct, more concise, be more efficient in your delivery. So the project manager, if we're looking for you for a project manager position, I can see the experience here. Project management, machinery and turkey production lines, industrial solutions in the field of automated food, project management, multidisciplinary technical team. Okay, great. It doesn't really give me the meat to actually what you've been doing. I would like to see more there in terms of, like I say, there's a lot of information, but not a lot to make someone who's not deep within your industry. They might see the value in this, but we've got to remember we're trying to sell to a recruiter at this stage who doesn't understand all of it. They're doing buzzword bingo. So how can you convey this information more concisely to make them feel more confident about going, I think I found a good one. Now, I think they would actually like what they're seeing here, because the experience speaks for itself. But if you were one of 2, 3, 4 applicants who all had the same amount of experience, they might pass over you if your delivery of this information wasn't as efficient as the others. So, okay, tons of experience. What else can I say? Now, I know there was no links above further up, so maybe you're talking about this stuff every day. So let's open your activity. Why is one of the most common mistakes ignoring the business context? So this doesn't help me. Discover the fascinating world of digital twin. Doesn't help me. Sometimes. So there's nothing here in terms of Azure's new steps in full QTT integration. There's nothing really to showcase what you're doing, what you're learning. There's no supporting evidence. So we really are just relying on this experience. And it's the classic thing for most senior developers, as I've said. It's very easy when you've got lots of experience to rely on it. I think you have enough here to unpack, to knock this out of the park. It's almost undeniable as it is. I just think you're not selling it in the way that it could be. You're making the person who's reading this, and we have to remember they're not technical, don't understand what they're looking at, but you're making them make a decision based off tons of information that's not presented in an efficient manner. So I think this is a very difficult one because you do have the experience. I just don't think it's like I say, presented in the right way. I'm happy to speak to you personally about this. Maybe we can talk about that delivery and how we can make that a bit more efficient. I hope this has been of value to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next profile review. Take it easy.